There's something undeniably satisfying about seeing well-off, entitled women face the consequences of their actions. Today, you're in for a treat as we've put together a compilation of some of the most memorable arrests. Here are 5 times when rich Karens think they're above the law. Number 5. Wealthy couple believes they can get away with anything. In a serene suburban neighborhood, a wealthy couple is brought into the spotlight. Effie, a woman with an air of affluence, speaks with an officer outside her neighbor's home. Effie reveals to the officers that she, her husband Andrew, and others have taken recreational substances.
I have 3 children.
So can you spell that last name one more time, please?
Right. So basically what happened is we all took mushrooms.
Yep, you said that.
And they freaked.
Effie also mentions that her husband is perfectly fine, but she's got 3 kids who are completely oblivious to the situation.
Fine.
Okay.
I have 3 children there that don't know this.
Okay. I mean,
So
I'm not going to go and tell your children.
Right.
But
So
now
my son
I
has
have other concerns as of now.
When asked about her birth date, her response is quite intriguing.
Okay, what's your date of
We've
birth?
lived in 3 different countries and 3 different... I'm from Connecticut.
Okay.
I'm 6/28/1974.
All right, we get the picture. She's loaded and has lived in 3 different countries. But honestly, it doesn't look like that's doing much to help her deal with the situation right now. As the officers express their intention to enter her home, Effie's agitation starts to bubble up.
You're going to stay here, okay?
No, I won't.
Well,
I will walk with you because
Ma'am,
he probably
ma'am,
doesn't know
ma'am.
that this is happening.
I understand. That's why we knock on doors and ring doorbells.
She's determined not to be left out of whatever's happening inside and insists on accompanying them.
Listen to you. You, as a young man, can tell me whatever the you want. I will not do that. I'm going to walk to my house.
The officer tries to calm her down, emphasizing that they don't want the situation to escalate. But Effie remains resistant.
We don't want the situation to escalate.
Exactly. And I'm going to go to my house and inform him before he's like, what the f***? Nothing happened until you came here.
They inform her that her guests freaked out because her husband pulled out a weapon, which Effie firmly denies.
They didn't freak out about mushrooms. They freaked out about him pulling out a gun.
He didn't pull out a gun.
Okay, well, we're gonna talk to him about that, okay?
That's okay.
And we need to talk to him independently.
After some back and forth, they eventually agree to let her walk with them to her house.
My house, and I will independently be
Come on,
there.
let's go.
Let's go.
You can start walking. We'll drive.
All right, let's go. No, it's right down the street. We can all walk.
we got cars. Yeah.
All right.
Surprisingly, as they get closer to her place, Effie suddenly bolts and runs towards her door.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, lady.
I didn't think she was gonna.
Oh, she took off. I was like, whoa.
Leaving the officers surprised and puzzled. Andrew steps out, hands raised as he emerges from their home. Effie is told to stay inside, but she refuses.
Who he is? We need to talk to him alone.
No, I'm here with my husband. I will not be alone.
Her husband is then directed to walk to the patrol car for a private conversation with the officer.
Less words are better.
All right, go.
All right.
How do I help you, sir?
All we're gonna do is we're gonna walk down to our cars and talk alone.
All right.
A nosy neighbor peeks into their home, further fueling Effie's agitation.
I'm asking.
Hey, sir, will you go back home?
That's our neighbor.
Listen.
No, I can't.
Go back.
Back off.
Ma'am, if you
Listen,
don't back away
listen.
from me right now, you're gonna be under arrest.
She firmly insists on accompanying her husband despite the officer's request to back off. Effie's frustration intensifies upon learning of her husband's arrest.
Effie,
Oh,
okay.
really?
Yes, you will.
Listen.
I'm telling you right now.
You just arrest people for you're in my house, in my face.
I'm conducting an investigation.
She believes he did nothing wrong and is visibly upset that this is happening in their own house.
For what? My husband did nothing. This is my house.
Back away from me now.
No, just because you're a cop, you can't.
Away from me.
No, you're in my house, on my.
This insistence leads to a physical confrontation.
Get off my house.
Away from me.
No. You
Back away from me.
you just pushed me.
Yes, I did. Back away from me.
You're a policeman that pushed me.
Effie accuses an officer of pushing her and becomes confrontational, leading to her arrest.
Take it off me now. It goes against every single right as a human.
She continues to be resistant as she's led into the patrol car.
Off my house. Take it off me now. Now.
Her protests are loud and filled with indignation as she takes a seat inside.
off me now. In my house. For no reason.
Okay. Yep. Have a seat.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
She is firm that she is not willing to leave her house, but the officers proceed to close the car door in front of her.
Leaving my house.
Meanwhile, Andrew, Effie's husband, gets involved. Witnessing his wife's arrest, he confronts the officers.
She needs to understand what's happening. Walk over here.
Bro.
Walk over here. You good?
Despite his efforts to stay composed, he's clearly distressed by the way the police have treated his wife. He's evasive when questioned about a weapon and an argument.
Tonight in front of your friends that are neighbors, correct?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
We're 10-4.
Denying any knowledge of these events.
Pull out a gun tonight.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
His responses, or lack thereof, add to the officer's suspicion. They find him uncooperative and possibly under the influence, complicating the situation further. As the officers discuss getting an affidavit from witnesses for the investigation,
To get an affidavit of what they saw to give us justification for the investigation over here. Alright? Yeah. Need anything from me?
they note Effie's resistance and the scratches she's inflicted on one of them.
Too.
The police continue their inquiry with Effie's husband, questioning him about the reports involving him.
That's the entire chase.
All right,
You got into an argument with your wife, with two neighbors present, and then you walked away and came back with a gun in your hand.
Which he firmly denies.
Things that would never happen.
Okay.
All right.
The situation takes a dark turn when he's informed that Effie has been arrested for battery following her confrontation with the officers.
So
Fine.
she's going to
Yeah,
jail,
look,
right?
why is she being arrested?
For battery on a law enforcement officer.
Why is she being arrested? Because you came into my house and then you
His tone turns accusatory, and he doesn't hold back in calling out what he sees as misconduct on the officer's part.
are a shit. Yeah.
Have a good night.
Give me,
okay?
give me a card. Give me a card. Give me everything. She's
He demands their identification while defending Effie's actions as a protective measure for her family.
family, and you took her down. You're a shame. That's what happened.
The video ends with Andrew expressing his frustration and anger towards the officers. He accuses them of escalating the situation without cause, his voice filled with a mix of disbelief and anger.
Except you're a shameful officer. You. That's what happened. You.
Unlike the emotional outburst from Effie and Andrew, the officer keeps his cool. Effie and Andrew, who appear to be well off and used to a certain lifestyle, now find themselves in a situation where their usual bargaining chips, money and status, don't count for much. The law, embodied by the police officers, doesn't budge in the face of Effie's demands and Andrew's accusations. Number 4. Heartbroken woman attempts to use her status to avoid DUI. Police respond to a call about a car blocking a driveway. The car in question, slightly over the parking line, belongs to a woman sitting inside. Her emotions raw and visible. She's just had a glass of wine, she admits, her voice tinged with distress.
Have you been drinking tonight? Somebody just stated that you maybe drank.
Her story unfolds, a tale of heartbreak.
I'm fine, honestly. Got in a fight with my boyfriend. I just want to go home.
Well, what's going on? What happened to your boyfriend?
The cheating boyfriend.
We were supposed to be engaged, and he's been cheating on me with his first girlfriend from like 5 years ago.
And a plan to stay at her cousin's place.
Right now, I'm trying to, my cousin lives on, and I'll keep my car here, and I'll just go to.
Okay.
But the police are here for a reason, and it's not just about the parking. As the officers converse, the woman's frustration grows.
Did I park in the wrong spot?
So, let me explain to you.
I know this is
Let me
what I thought.
okay, let me just explain
The officer explains why she was pulled over.
that your car was blocking the driveway.
But the driveway's right here.
Yes, I know, I understand that, but your bumper is overlapping the line of the driveway.
She's upset, yes, but also adamant about her innocence.
Notified me that, quote unquote, you're pissed drunk, and to check you out.
Do I seem pissed drunk? No.
You don't, but I have someone.
She insists she's not drunk, her words a mix of defiance and desperation.
I'm just trying to leave. I'm so sorry. I parked in this. I thought right here is like the garage. Like, I'm so sorry.
She goes on about how she's not blocking any driveway at all.
My family lives here. As long as you're not blocking the driveway, you're fine. Right?
And then she dials up her dad, claiming he's a big shot, a doctor, and even a mayor in some city.
Can you please come
She
here
was in the
now
car, she didn't.
with my Dr. Leva
didn't
father,
drive it.
the mayor of Saddle River?
The police, however, have their protocol. They need to check her condition before letting her go, especially since the caller who reported the blocked driveway also suspects she's intoxicated.
The caller called back and said that, she goes, I think this person's pissed drunk, and you have to check her out.
Was she in the car?
She was in the car, but she didn't move the car or anything.
She's even throwing in her heartbreak as an excuse for acting all over the place.
Yeah, because my boyfriend cheated on me. I'm sorry.
She didn't say it,
My
but she said
parents are on
someone
the
lives on.
The situation escalates when the police decide to perform a sobriety test.
So I just have to do a series of tests. If you pass a series of tests, then you could be on your way. And so the car's legally
My
fine.
father's a doctor. He's gonna be.
The woman's reaction is immediate. She declares she's not going to take the test, her tone a mix of anger and disbelief.
My mom and dad said I don't have to. There's no reason why I should.
I mean, you could deny it. It's up to you.
The officers explain the legal implications of her refusal, but she's unmoved.
So you're not going to conduct the field sobriety test? You understand that
Please put Dad on the phone.
you understand that if you do decline the test, we have to go off of.
The woman talks to her parents on the phone, filling them in on the situation she's caught up in.
Dad, they're trying because my car. I'll send you a picture. Is blocking a little bit, not
She vents her frustration and visibly shows her annoyance at being pulled over for this reason.
even the garage, and they want to. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cops here. Yeah, trying to say.
The female officer in charge of the sobriety test takes the phone to speak with her father.
Dr. Leva, sir, my name is Officer Roy from the Hoboken Police Department. The reason being that I got requested, I'm a certified field sobriety officer.
She explains that her daughter's car is partially blocking a driveway and that they received a report of possible intoxication, which is why they need to conduct a sobriety test to ensure her safety before allowing her to drive. The daughter reacts with a negative response to the officer's explanation.
But due to the initial officer, she admitted to drinking while the vehicle was on, which is why I'm literally.
Vehicle was
I got
not
requested
on
to
because
The officer then clarifies the situation to the lady's father.
So when the vehicle is on, it's technically being operated technically through like the state law. So I just have to
Assuring him that they have nothing to worry about if she passes the test.
officer's observation. If I conduct the test and she passes, she gets to go on her merry way, and we.
how do I know you don't just like make me?
But I'm.
The lady becomes resistant and demands her lawyer.
I want my lawyer.
It's parked properly, but it's partially in the driveway,
want my
which was
lawyer.
the initial call in the first place. I was not the initial.
She circles back to her problem with her ex-boyfriend, emphasizing her eagerness to head home.
I got out of the car crying because my boyfriend cheated. What is going on? I just want to leave and go to my family's house.
Curious about her car's fate, she inquires about the possibility of it being towed.
Are you gonna tow the car because it's? What
We wouldn't tow the car because it's
legally parked.
Like I said, I'm not. That's not what I came
Confident that her parents will pick her up, she firmly refuses any testing.
here for.
I don't understand this.
I explained and I
My
explained to your
parents are
father.
gonna come pick me up. I refuse any test. I'm calling my lawyer.
The other officer asks about the person on the phone, and the girl proudly identifies him as her dad, emphasizing his profession as a doctor and mayor.
Who's that?
Her father. Her father.
Dr. Leva.
Okay.
He's on the mayor and Sever.
She asserts her involvement in the medical field and that she comes from a family of doctors.
Test for you. If you
So I
listen,
thought I
listen,
was drinking
listen,
at
listen.
12 a.m. yesterday. I'm in the medical field. My family has 5 generations.
So you haven't had a drink today?
However, the officers clarify her account, highlighting her previous statement about having a glass of wine, even though she now claims to have only drunk the night before.
So why would you say you drank earlier?
Did I?
I asked if you were drinking before. Let me see that.
I said I was at City Bistro. I said I got into a fight with my boyfriend.
They caution her against refusing the tests, explaining that her behavior suggests possible intoxication.
What?
Your appearance,
But
your
how is
your
what
unsteadiness. It's not good for you if you don't do.
While reminding her of her right to decline, they stress that their assessment will be based on observations if she chooses not to cooperate.
And you are within your rights to refuse, but like I said, then we have to go off our observations.
The officers make one final inquiry about her willingness to undergo sobriety tests.
I'm going to ask you, are you willing to conduct the field sobriety test with this officer? Say yes or no. Ma'am.
But she remains steadfast in her refusal.
But can you just answer my supervisor's question, please? If you're willing to conduct the field sobriety series of tests that I would be able to conduct today? It's just you can say yes or no.
Because of her refusal, the officers decide to arrest her for suspected driving while intoxicated.
Can you please turn around for me? You could put your phone. We'll be able to.
Can I please just speak to my lawyer?
We gave you plenty of opportunities.
No, you didn't.
She's incredulous, her protests echoing in the night.
Hello? Mom, they're arresting me.
Man, you gotta.
I don't know. Please stop hurting me.
We're not hurt.
As the gravity of her situation dawns on her, her frustration escalates and she becomes increasingly emotional.
You got it here. Just relax.
Why are you arresting her? Why?
Man.
Why?
Just breathe.
Why? What am I being arrested for?
Despite her distress and denial, she stands her ground, firmly convinced of her innocence.
No, I wasn't.
All right, then you can argue that.
You have been. No, I wasn't.
Okay. Like I said, you could argue that in court, but you're in the car, you're in the front driver's seat. That is.
The police maintain their professionalism throughout the process.
Mom?
She was in the driver's seat.
No, I didn't refuse. No, I didn't.
She requests to take the sobriety tests, but by this point, it's too late.
I didn't refuse. Just let me do the sobriety
We're
test.
past that
it's too
point
late.
already.
Come on.
You gotta go inside.
Come on, man. It's not.
Please stop.
Inside the patrol car, she remains emotional and steadfastly maintains her innocence.
I did nothing wrong.
When asked about moving her car, she responds assertively.
Can you ask her if she minds if we move her vehicle up so it's out of the border?
She said no.
Okay, that's fine.
And her dad's gonna come
My
pick up the car.
dad's coming.
And instructs them to give her father her Louis Vuitton car keys.
Yeah, he's gonna come pick up the car.
Please give him. That's my Louis Vuitton $500 key.
Upon exiting the patrol car, she resumes her protests.
So not right. This is not right. I asked to do the test.
I'm gonna have to.
At the police station, she undergoes a search.
Miss, can you please stand up? I have to take the cuffs and do another search, please. You can actually face the glass.
A standard procedure where her belongings are taken. Her confusion and distress are still evident as she tries to grasp the situation.
Procedures.
The police continue to explain the process, emphasizing her right to legal representation and the opportunity to contest the charges in court. The woman faced multiple charges, including operating under the influence, refusal to submit to a chemical test, reckless driving, and improper parking in front of a driveway. Number 3. Drunk lady gets a taste of reality after crashing stepfather's Audi. On a chilly May evening in Ohio, the tranquility is shattered by the sound of a green Audi crashing into a guardrail. The driver explains to the arriving officers that she swerved to avoid a deer, a decision that led to the unfortunate accident.
You okay?
No, there was a deer crossing the street.
Okay. You the only one in the car?
Yeah, I just called.
The car, she clarifies, belongs to her stepfather.
You the owner of the car?
No, it's my stepfather.
Okay.
I'm fine. I was trying to swerve out of the way of it, which I know I'm not supposed to do, but...
The officer asks for her license and proof of insurance.
All right. Do you have your driver's license?
Yeah, I do. I'm sorry.
And proof of insurance for the vehicle.
When asked where she's coming from, this is her response.
Father.
Where are you coming from?
What do you mean?
Where are you coming from?
I'm going home.
Where are you coming from? I didn't ask where you're going.
My father's house.
Her story begins to unravel. She's coming from her dad's house and heading to her mom's, but the officers are skeptical.
Where are you coming from?
My dad's house to my mom's house.
Okay. Do you have any drinks at your dad's house? No? Okay. Because you smell like alcohol, okay? I'm getting some alcohol.
As the officers assess the situation, they notice a distinct smell of alcohol. They ask about drinks at her dad's house, and she denies it at first. But the smell of alcohol is undeniable. Pressed further, she admits to having 2 drinks with a friend.
Where were you drinking at then?
With a friend.
With a friend? How many drinks you have?
2.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna ask you to perform some SFSTs, okay?
The situation takes a turn when the police suggest field sobriety tests, FSTs. The woman, her anxiety peaking, requests to wait for her mother.
Can I wait for my mother to show up?
What's that?
Can I wait for my mom to come?
For what purpose, ma'am?
Just to do those.
But the officers are firm. She's an adult, and her mother's presence isn't necessary for the tests.
You're an adult. We don't have to wait for your mom.
Why?
Because you're an adult, we don't have to.
But could you?
No. We're not going to stand out here all night.
Reluctantly, she agrees to perform the field sobriety tests.
We're just gonna do some 3 small little tests here, and then we'll make a determination on what we're gonna do, okay? We'll let your mom know everything when she gets here.
During the tests, she reveals a recent diagnosis of autism and ADHD, explaining her difficulty in standing still.
Like that?
No, but I've recently been tested for autism, so I have trouble, and ADHD, so I have trouble standing still. I'm starting law school in the fall, so I cannot really...
She mentioned she's trying to go to law school in the fall, her voice a mix of pride and desperation. But the tests are challenging, and she struggles.
I could never do that for you.
Okay. Try your best, and you gotta also count out loud, remember, okay?
Yeah, I heard you, but I am telling you already I can't do...
She voices her inability to perform them, citing physical limitations, but the officers are unmoved.
You want to skip this one? Is that what you're asking?
What else do you want me to do?
Okay. All right.
Like, this one is physically impossible for certain people.
I understand. That's why I'm asking if you have...
These are standard procedures, they explain.
Any country says that these are tests that are being able to perform by any normal human being.
Yeah, and we're also in the middle of nowhere.
Okay. Do you want to do the last one? It's a walk and turn. Do you want to do that?
The officer suggests the walk and turn test, but the woman hesitates.
Take that one.
What do you want me to do with that one?
Well, I'm asking you if you'd like to do it.
What does it require?
Okay. I'll show you if you want to take that one.
Like me not freezing my off right now? I mean...
Even though the officers patiently help and instruct her during the tests, she eventually becomes distressed and agitated.
Like, what do you want from me right now?
I'm asking you if you'd like to perform the last
I would like someone who's not so hostile to ask me what I want to do right now.
He's not being hostile at all. So
her frustration grows as she keeps insisting on calling her mother.
Asked to do something that I am waiting for my mother to show up to do because I'm honestly having a panic attack.
Okay? If you don't want to do this...
But the officers remain resolute, clarifying that if she continues to refuse the tests, they'll have no choice but to cuff her for operating a vehicle under the influence.
Last test, that is fine. However, we are going to arrest you for OVI.
You just said my mom's not going to show up?
We don't care if your mom shows up. You're an adult. We're not waiting for your mom.
Her pleas for her mother's presence fall on deaf ears, and the tension in the situation intensifies. Eventually, the inevitable happens. She's arrested for suspected OVI.
All right.
What you doing?
Right now, you're going to be placed under arrest for driving under the influence of alcohol.
As she's placed in the patrol car, she questions the necessity of handcuffs. A few moments later, her mother arrives at the scene.
Okay.
She's fine. Obviously, she's had some drinks tonight.
Oh my god.
So she's been field tested here for field sobriety, which she did not pass.
The officers explain the situation. Her daughter failed the field sobriety tests and is now under arrest for OVI.
Under arrest for OVI. She's going back to the station now to do some paperwork, but she'll be released tonight as long as you can come by and pick her up.
They assure her that her daughter will be released later that night, as long as she can come and pick her up.
So what's gonna happen now?
She'll have a court date come Tuesday. She's not going to go to jail or anything like that. She'll be released to you tonight.
At the police station, the woman's defiance continues.
What can we answer for you?
What's happening right now? Where's my mother?
She argues once more that it was an accident, and that she avoided hitting a deer on the road.
There's a deer in the road, you still had too many drinks and crashed your car.
So if I did it without drinking, it would have been fine.
Yeah, if you did it without drinking, you would have been fine.
The officer patiently explains that her arrest is due to drinking.
And you're drunk, you're under arrest.
Great.
But she remains steadfast in her belief that she did nothing wrong. The officer's patience is wearing thin.
Being like this.
I'm not being like
I understand you're upset, okay? But you have to own up to what you did tonight, okay? You made a little mistake, okay?
What did I do?
But he keeps his cool despite her attitude.
You were drinking and you crashed your vehicle. We already been over this.
Good thing you
So why don't you just answer my question so we can get you out of here and you can go be with mommy, okay?
I'm not gonna go be like.
She's worried her mom won't let her go home, but the cops reassure her that her mom will pick her up.
Like anything, I'm gonna be on the streets tonight. Do you think she's let me go home?
She's here to pick you up.
That's really funny. Thank you. I know she's here. I'm not going home after this.
She refuses to provide a breath sample, further complicating her situation. She's charged with OVI, refusal to submit to chemical tests, and failure to control her vehicle. Later in court, she pleaded not guilty, and the case is still ongoing. Hopefully, this whole thing teaches her a thing or two, so she doesn't keep acting so rude and entitled. I mean, she didn't even seem sorry about crashing her stepfather's car. I wonder how her dad's going to react to this mess. But judging by her attitude, it's doubtful she'll face any real consequences. It's just what happens when you're used to never hearing no and having your parents bail you out. She really doesn't seem to care about anyone but herself. Number 2. Spoiled, rich, and intoxicated Karen makes a scene. In an Ohio bar, a scenario unfolds that epitomizes the clash between entitlement and the law. The date is February 25, 2023, and the bar's staff, alarmed by a potential drunk driver, take action by contacting the police. Responding officers arrive to discover a man in a Ford Taurus slumbering in the driver's seat, his foot precariously on the gas pedal and the engine still running. The officer, with a sense of urgency, knocks on the window to awaken the driver. He's disoriented and confused, a clear sign that he's under the influence. The officer instructs him to step out of the vehicle.
Take your foot off the gas. Let's go ahead and step out of the vehicle for me, all right?
The man, struggling to respond coherently, admits to having consumed alcohol that night.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
73 to 30 reference.
The officer emphasizes how perilous the situation could have become, with him passed out in the car and his foot still on the gas pedal.
Tired, dude. You were passed out with your foot on the pedal and the gas accelerating. You realize what could have happened here, right?
While it initially appears to be a straightforward case of impaired driving, things are about to take a complicated turn. The officers discover that the vehicle belongs to the driver's girlfriend, who is still inside the bar.
Yeah, that's my girlfriend. Girlfriend? She's in there.
The driver acknowledges his mistake.
But if someone walked out and you hit them, man, you'd be going
You're
through
right,
a lot more than what you're going through right now.
You understand, sir, if you weren't in park, your car would have been going across the street into traffic.
100%.
But refuses to take field sobriety tests. His refusal leaves the officers with no choice but to arrest him for suspected operating a vehicle under the influence. He pleads with them, asking to call his mother, but the officers proceed with the arrest, following protocol.
Please call my mom. Hold on one second,
girlfriend's
sir.
in there, dude. I'm so sorry.
As the officers search the vehicle, the plot thickens. The driver's girlfriend, Kara, exits the bar and confronts them.
Oh my god, what the going on? That's my car.
Okay. Well, here, I'll.
What the are you doing?
You need to calm down.
No,
or
you need to get the out of my car.
She's agitated, demanding to know why they're searching her car.
For what?
Then talk.
So gotta record this right now.
Okay.
What the for what?
Who
Gotta record
was?
this right now. I did literally nothing wrong. No.
The officers explain the situation, but Kara is not satisfied.
What the why are you searching my car? This is my car. You have zero reason to search it.
Because your boyfriend was passed out in the car.
She becomes increasingly confrontational.
For what?
Wait,
For what?
he passed out.
For what?
He was in the driver's seat.
For what?
Drunk driving.
Insisting that the officers have no right to search her car without her permission.
Are you shitting me right now?
No, he's in the cruiser.
He had his foot on the gas, completely passed
What
out.
are you talking about? Why are you in my car?
Kara's behavior escalates quickly. She starts raising her voice, demanding answers about why her boyfriend got arrested.
Because he was in the car, he was operating the car, and he's now under arrest for
How? How? Where's the security footage? Run it!
And why her car is being subjected to a search.
You searched that's my car!
And
That's my car! You didn't have my permission!
The confrontation intensifies as she insists the officers don't have the right to search her car without a warrant.
That's my car!
right now.
Your investigation for what? That's my car. You did not get a search warrant. That is my car. That is my car, and you do not have my permission.
The officers try to explain their actions, but Kara is unyielding. She threatens to sue, claiming they have no right to search her car.
I suggest to go with your friend.
You do not have my permission to search my car anymore.
We're going to search your car. If
You're not going to search my car.
You're
not going to search my car.
You're going to be placed under arrest
For what?
obstructing.
For what?
Her behavior is obstructive, and she's warned that she could be arrested for obstructing official business.
That's my
I've
car.
been calm with you, and I'm
being calm with you too right now. You do not. For what? What are you going to arrest me for? What are you going to arrest me for?
Obstructing official business. Okay?
Obstructing
Because we have
official
legal
business?
Despite the warning, she continues to argue.
Go ahead. You
All
can search all my shit. Pull it out right now.
Continue to do this, you're going to be placed under arrest.
And you're going to stop.
So if you
I'm
want,
telling you right now. I'm going to tell you right now.
Calm and let us do our job.
I'm being calm.
Her frustration escalates further upon being informed that she cannot observe the search of her car.
I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna watch you search my car.
You're not going to sit
Why
right
don't I have the right to search my car? Why don't I have the right to watch you search my car?
Kara's arrest adds to the chaos of the night. She accuses the officers of targeting her and her boyfriend unfairly and makes personal remarks against them.
I literally don't have nothing on me.
It doesn't matter.
Nothing's-
For
literally
officer
nothing
safety,
is on
you're
me.
not walking behind
Nothing
me.
is on me right now. I want to walk behind you
We're gonna
because you're
handle
not
this
gonna play
right-
shit with my boyfriend. He's a felon.
She's handcuffed and placed in a patrol car, still protesting vehemently.
Your hand behind your back.
For what?
Obstruction of official business.
Go ahead, because I have money, baby. We're gonna
Okay.
sue the state of Claremont
But
County.
tonight you won't be.
Stop.
Seriously, this woman just keeps being arrogant and obnoxious.
I literally did nothing. You have no.
Put your hand behind your back.
Put
your hand behind your back, ma'am.
Good. We're not this thing. Go ahead.
Yes, you are.
They practically have to carry her into the police car because she's putting up such a wild fight.
Oh, because we got a right there.
Got cameras all over around.
Yeah, dude.
If you kick again, you're going to get hobbled.
I literally didn't. Are you?
Get in the car.
Where's your mark?
Get in the car.
While all this is happening, the officers are still checking out the car. Surprise, surprise, they find pill bottles and a stash of illegal substances. So, from a simple bar parking lot situation, it's now turned into a real tangled mess with drunk driving, illegal substances, and a whole lot of fuss. The boyfriend, quite the opposite of his girlfriend, remains remarkably calm and pleads with the officers not to take him to jail.
I can't promise you that, sir, but my intention is not to take you to jail. You understand?
He's eventually taken to the police department for a breath test. His girlfriend's confrontational and obstructive behavior only adds to the chaos. Inside the patrol car, Kara directs a stream of mean personal comments at the officers,
Your wife is you. She's a black man. And she goes home and tells because you have like 6 kids that you don't
121, 916, 121.
But they choose to ignore her. Throughout the entire ride to the station, she doesn't stop with her threats and keeps berating the officers.
We're so deep. Up the court. And I cannot wait. How much do you pay? Like $14 an hour? Yeah, you wonder how much I make an hour?
Kara is now up against charges of obstructing official business, resisting arrest, and disorderly conduct. If she had chosen to cooperate and handle the situation with composure when her boyfriend faced issues, things might have turned out differently for her. However, she's about to learn the hard way that her actions and her wealth can't always guarantee her a free pass. Number 1. Millionaire Karen discovers money can't buy her freedom. On November 24, 2022, a dramatic incident unfolded involving a reckless driver near a heavily populated Thanksgiving event in Ohio. The driver, identified as Ashley, is pulled over by officers after fleeing the scene of a traffic stop at high speed and then fleeing again at another intersection.
Shut the car off, man. Shut the car off.
It's freaking Thanksgiving. I just got a divorce. My daughter's not with me.
Can you step out the car, please?
Ashley, looking pretty upset and emotional, starts talking about her recent divorce and how she's missing her daughter. She's practically begging the officers, trying to explain her situation and desperately asking to go back home.
Trying to get home.
Step out the car, please, man.
Yes, sir. What? No, what are you doing?
Despite her heartfelt appeals, the officers instruct her to exit the vehicle and then proceed to handcuff her.
Are you kidding me?
Can somebody come get your car for you?
No, I don't have anybody. Okay. You guys, please don't. I just got a divorce. I'm trying to move.
Inside the patrol car, Ashley has a series of emotional outbursts.
Seriously, guys, I just got a divorce from the most evil man ever. I'm moving in like 2 days. I need to get off this island. Please.
She keeps bringing up her recent divorce, her difficulties, and her financial situation, seemingly hoping it will help her avoid getting arrested. She apologizes, but also struggles to accept that her actions may have caused significant harm to others.
I'm sorry. I just
killed one of these people running. You know that?
No, I did not.
You could have killed.
Wasn't anywhere near them. They told me to beat the people over here.
You can see her really letting out her frustration.
I'll take care of the paperwork. Just hang tight, okay?
Nevertheless, the officers maintain their professionalism and carry on with the arrest procedure. Ashley's distress escalates as she mentions living in a $3 million house.
Please let me out. I live in a $3 million house right down the street, and you won't let me out my neighborhood.
She also expresses her fear of losing custody of her daughter if they proceed with the arrest.
Dude, I live in a $3 million house down the street. Can you write me up?
Hear me this.
My daughter, I'm going to lose my daughter today.
Listen to me carefully.
Look at this.
If you kick the window,
that's my head. I didn't kick the window.
Despite the officers' attempts to soothe her, her emotional outbursts continue.
All right. Right now you're at level 10. I need you to bring it down to a 2.
Here's a level 2. Ready? I was trying to go to the gas station this morning, and I can't get off my neighborhood.
I promise you I'll come talk to you, all right?
The situation takes a turn for the worse, as she seeks empathy from the officers after recounting her hardships. But it becomes apparent there's no turning back for her.
You don't get it. I went through a 3-year divorce. The f***ers took all my money. I'm fighting for my kid back. I mean, I do not deserve this.
Another round of emotional breakdowns ensues.
I'm sorry that you had to go through that.
Like, I'm going to lose my daughter today, too.
All right? Stop screaming. This isn't going to get you out of it.
With Ashley persistently screaming as the officers loosen her cuffs and impatiently urging them to conclude the process.
Please let me out of this. Are you taking me all the way to jail? Can we just get this over with because I'm going to lose my daughter today?
She repeatedly references her affluent background and the value of her house, implying that she shouldn't be subjected to such treatment.
I live in a $3 million house. No, you did not.
Get back in the car now. Back in the car.
The officer takes a moment to explain the charges against Ashley.
Your charges are this. As of now, there may be more. Fleeing and looting, hit and run because you hit a stop sign, reckless driving, and obstruction. All right? Those are your charges.
She promptly expresses her desire to have legal representation.
If you like your attorney present, then I cannot talk to you about it. Would you like that, your attorney?
Am I going to jail?
Yes, you are.
Yes, I need my attorney.
Okay.
Suddenly, her approach shifts towards a more apologetic tone.
Please, I've lived here for 13 years. It was inappropriate of me. These runners are super important. The turkey trot is super important.
But her pleas still seem to go unanswered. In a last-ditch effort, she attempts to negotiate her way out of going to jail.
Officers, I would be so appreciative if you wrote me as many big tickets and write-ups and arrests and just let me not go to jail today.
Ashley desperately seeks the officer's compassion, especially considering the prospect of spending Thanksgiving night behind bars.
If you guys want to drive me to my house and take my car, I'm right down the street. I would be so thankful on Thanksgiving for you guys not to bring me all the way to the jail.
Her pleas for mercy persist for a good minute.
Officers, please. And I was out of line, so I won't even appeal any of them. But if you could just not take me all the way to jail, I just don't know how I'd be able to get out.
Unfortunately, the officers appear to remain unmoved and unresponsive.
Hello? Officer, please. This is so f***ed up. Like...
Ashley's protests persist as she claims mistreatment.
This is the most inhumane thing ever. I'm not a criminal. I don't get this. My face is falling off.
Her behavior becomes increasingly erratic, even escalating to threats of legal action against the officers.
I hope you know this is inhumane, and I will try you just like I'm trying Judge Hellinger with the federal court.
She even crosses a line by making personal remarks against the officers.
I hope you know I am absolutely going to appeal this charge, you monster St. Pete police losers.
During a search, she once again references her wealth and status, but the officers swiftly dismiss her assertions.
You know I'm a Snell Isle resident?
Yeah, you're embarrassing yourself. Stop.
No, I'm not embarrassing myself. I'm a mom on Snell Isle, and you guys arrested me.
Getting her to cooperate and sit inside the patrol car is another challenge.
You guys can pick me up. I don't know what the you want.
Listen.
I can't follow directions when I can't see.
Step up. There you go. Put your butt on the thing. Up a little bit more. You can feel it. I know you can.
Come on. Isn't it so obvious that she's just attempting to delay the inevitable with her theatrics?
Stand up. Okay, go back a little bit. Scooch back. The seat is right there.
Where are we going?
In the car. You're putting your foot in the car, please.
And just like that, Ashley goes from being arrogant and aggressive to apologetic in the blink of an eye.
I'm so sorry. I wasn't trying to... I think I got frustrated trying to get off the island, which happens sometimes. I've lived here 14 years. I wasn't trying to put anybody in danger.
However, despite a remorseful tone, the reality of her situation remains unchanged.
The worst 3-year divorce ever. And it was not right of me to get mad I couldn't drive past.
She continues to lament about how her life is falling apart.
It's ruined.
It really
I already lost my daughter. And my mom died, my dad died, I lost my career.
Well, you said you didn't lose her because you're about to go see her, right?
A female officer tries to comfort her and offer some advice.
Your life isn't over. But
My life has already ruined before you guys did this.
What I do suggest is that you go find a really good therapist.
I have 17 of them, girl.
She provides some candid advice, but Ashley blames the system for her predicament.
You don't even know.
They're not working then.
No, they're not. Do you want to know why? Because I was tortured by a narcissist and by the court system for 3 solid years.
The officer continues with tough love, but Ashley remains defensive.
Decisions keep happening until you work through your problems.
This is one bad decision.
Well...
Despite all the encouragement, Ashley maintains a defensive attitude and a victim mentality.
Nobody deserves anything.
You told me to get therapy after this.
Well... Because
I have a therapist.
Well, that doesn't mean it's working. You don't just go in like it magically works.
The officer attempts to relate and be compassionate, but Ashley's defensive stance remains.
You know what, though? If I didn't care, I really don't have to stand here and talk to you.
Why are you talking to me then?
Because I actually do care. Because maybe I can relate to you in some way. Because I'm a human just like you.
What could have been a heartwarming moment turned sour.
Make sure you let everybody in court know that at the end of the day, we were actually trying to help you.
And I would like
What?
to see you come back from this and turn your life around.
My life is around.
She seems unwilling to take responsibility for her actions.
It's nice you're relatable, but unless you're going to unlock me and let me out of the car, I don't really feel the need for this conversation.
Sometimes there's accountability for your actions, right?
Yes, I'm accountable for being angry.
And resorts once more to threats of posting their interaction on social media.
I cannot wait to put it all over the f***ing social media.
The officer attempts to provide Ashley with another reality check, but she firmly denies any wrongdoing.
Well, maybe instead of pointing fingers at everybody else, you might want to, like, kind of...
No, actually, I was given a very unfair trial. I'm pretty sure Pinellas County is f***ed up.
Shortly after that, Ashley is informed that her car is being towed.
Car's gonna get towed, right? They're gonna do an inventory.
Can my ex go get the car, please?
He's not answering the phone.
Can I give you another number, please?
The tow truck is on the way. We gave you the opportunity before.
She's given a heads up about the upcoming inventory search in her car and is asked if there's anything valuable inside. She simply replies with a no, allowing them to proceed with their tasks.
The sergeant's gonna do a inventory search of the vehicle. Is there anything of value in there?
No, there's a bunch of trash. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Inside the police car, Ashley continues to express her dissatisfaction with the officers.
I can't wait to take you guys to court. After I blast you all over social media for taking down the white woman.
Ashley was charged with fleeing or eluding a law enforcement officer, obstructing or resisting an officer without violence, and fleeing and eluding a police officer. If she still doesn't own up to her actions and turn things around after all this, she might just go on thinking she's always the victim. That would be pretty unfortunate and sad. And there you have it, the end of this eye-opening list of Karens who believed their wallets could solve any problem. That mom with a $3 million home just proved that money and status don't mean squat when you're up against the law. Isn't it just so satisfying to see them get a taste of reality? So which Karen do you think was the most memorable? Also, check out our other stuff showing up on the screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video. See you next time.